I copied and pasted it.
Yes, very smart. Very smart. What's up, everybody? Who wants to know 10 secrets? 10 secrets. 10 ways. 10 things I wish I had known. Let's go. We're going live on YouTube. Is Don here, by the way, Maya? Is he updating me what's going on? Because I feel like I don't know what's going on. Okay, but I don't read that. So I don't care about that update. Did you hand me an update? Ten secrets that I've learned from millionaires. I'm just going to go right into them. I'm a fucking hour late because of something that went wrong today. So I'm going to do this abbreviated version for you guys. Anybody who wants to know this. Did you guys send the email out for this right now, Maya?
They did.
When did they send it?
I just got it right now. My inbox.
It's a beautiful day in Beverly Hills. We'll go over 10 things. I'm going to Snapchat this so people know. Yo, Snapchat, I'm live on TaiLopez.com on my Facebook talking about 10 secrets, insider secrets I learned from millionaires when I was getting started. Post this. Who can guess any of the 10? Anybody know? Anybody know? What locations do we have? What's your income level right now so I know how to custom tailor this live talk? Damn. Never waste a penny, somebody thinks is a technique. Listen more than you speak. What else we have? VIN score, VRIN, it's VRIN score. Mindset, they know how to invest. We have people making 50 grand a year, 120 grand a year, 10,000 a year. It's 834 where you are in Houston. What's your income? What's your age? What are techniques you've learned? Build a team. 3 bucket invested. Jared's making 350 grand. Volcan is making 165,000. Sue's making 30 grand. Dylan's 23 and making 64,000. 21-year-old security guard on here. Raphael said, millionaires say don't be afraid of fear. Rick Boss said be disciplined. Nathan Davis, 5,000 a year. Kevin O-Town on Meerkats making 120,000 a year. Be aware is a technique. Eric's making 400,000 a year at 24, living in New York City. What else we have? Wakas Khan's making 200,000 a year. Travis Crawford's making 250. Geo Life is making 35,000 a year. Ty, I love your talks. I'm addicted. Toronto Shay. How are you doing, Shay? Act like a billionaire is a technique they learned. Be a billionaire. Abby's an insurance agent making 48,000. Nick is Briggs making 100 grand a year at a real estate firm. Raul Vargas, 6 grand a year, 34 years old. Jesse said pride is overrated is what they learned. Take risks. What to do if you're stuck, Ty. Young Choice said 50,000 a year. Learn and be mentored by the best. Talent is overrated is something they learned. Learn helplessness, calculated risks, 100K in golf instruction. There's many things you can learn. Let's jump into these. I'm going to give you some practical ones and some mental ones. The practical ones are like specific tips you can do and implement immediately. Some on my website say they're doing $2 million a year in their business. Another person on our website says they're age 26 with no income out of Georgia. Somebody from Torrance. Somebody says I'm working at a grocery store but only making $10,000 a year at 18. A chiropractor, Dennis Weinstein, is making $185,000 a year. So we got all over the place. We got people making millions, and we got people at average incomes, and people making no money. We have all kinds of tips. Let me give you a few. I'm going to try to, like I said, go back and forth between practical and mental ones. 10 things from Millionaires. Number 1, please be writing this down. The way this format's going to work, by the way, I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to give away. Have we done a giveaway in a while? We're going to do a big. We're going to give 4 Kindles away at the end of my talk. So take notes. I'll throw out a random note, and then I will also post a hint on Snapchat. So if you follow me on Snapchat, you can see the hint. And yeah, the other thing I was going to say, I'll open up the accelerator a little bit. I was going to do this yesterday, or 2 days ago, but I couldn't do it. So I'll do it today. Some of you who want to go more advanced, I have a 4-month training program. It's a paid program that goes in a lot more depth than this. On these free calls, I got to give some general advice because we have people who are 14 years old and 40 years old and 100, 80. I think we've had oldest I've seen is 70 or 80 years old on this. All countries. I'll open up and I'll give you a few bonuses to get in the accelerator today. That the accelerator is a game changer. But let's get into some free tips right now. Number 1, be the world's best student. Now, that sounds obvious. Hell no. I have a ton of employees. There's almost no good students left in the world. What's a good student? Well, a good student is a fast learner. They make the teacher feel amazing. They make them feel respected. They make them feel like their time is valuable. If you get the chance to be around amazing people, mark my words, they will watch subconsciously triggers whether they think you're worth investing their time, energy, and money in. And if they even get a hint that you're an average or subpar student, they're out. Yesterday, if you saw, it's still on my Snapchat, if you see my Snapchat story, got to hang out with some pretty cool people if you're into sports. I went to dinner with the Clippers. They had a dinner, and mostly just athletes, but I got to go, and I was with Von Miller. If you know American football, Super Bowl, he's the MVP. We were hanging out for a while, and Chris Paul and everybody was there, Blake Griffin and all these guys. And one of the things that I've learned with people like that, because they've achieved a high level of greatness, okay, is that they're judging very quickly whether it's worth their time to even talk to you. And you have to deliver value. And one of the quickest ways to deliver value is, are you the world's best student? That's my goal. I spend $50,000 to $100,000 a month right now. A month. Not a year. A month. Sam Cassell I was with. Yeah. But I spend that much money. Why? Because my goal is accelerated learning and becoming the world's best student. So it's accelerated learning through the process of me becoming the world's best student, so that when most people have to spend a year training in something, I'm doing it in 3 months. That's a lesson from Elon Musk. Elon Musk said, if you can basically do, he has his little formula, but if in 4 months or 3 months you can do what everybody takes them a year, you always have the ultimate competitive advantage. And if you want to have above average income, you have to have a competitive advantage. And over the years, thank God, from my mentor, I've learned how to be an extremely quick student. Somebody says, Tai, on your Snapchat, was Sam Cassell talking trash? No, that wasn't. I was talking trash with Baron Davis, different guy. He used to play basketball. He was there. I was telling him I should have worn my Yeezys. What's up, everybody? Come say hello real fast. Come pop in here. Leo, come talk to the camera for a second.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you? Hello.
You guys getting ready?
Yep.
We might go salsa dancing. Who has salsa skills?
I wish.
Ferris?
I can try.
Ferris, they can't see you there. Anyway, I just thought say hello.
Hello. Hi.
I'll be done here in a little bit.
Is it on?
It is.
Oh, okay. How are you?
Good. How you been?
What you guys talking about?
We're talking about all kinds, 10 things that I learned from millionaires. They can maybe come back when they're all of them.
Yeah.
If you guys want, tell them to come back, but there's no rush. I'm gonna be here for like 45 minutes, so.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll see
Thank you.
real soon.
How good of a student are you? Most people suck. Trust me, they're unbelievably bad, and you will never hit your potential if you're a bad student. A few ways to be a better student. 3 quick things. Tip. No spaciness. No ADD. Attention deficit disorder. If you have attention deficit disorder and a doctor said you have it, ask them how to deal with it. It's going to hold you back. Number 2, be the world's best student. Massive adaptability. What do I mean by that? The second somebody shows you, as your teacher, that you're doing something wrong, instantly change. Boom, you change on a dime. That's adaptability. Okay? C. Yeah, you saw that? Some people are laughing about my Snapchat. I got a funny Snapchat if you ain't never watched my Snapchat. John Sally was there. John Sally's like 7'1", so he was standing next to me, and he was like, Tai, can we fit you in the thing? So he like bent down like that, and I was like, you might have height, but I got the hair. And it was kind of funny. He thought it was funny. He was like, you're right, I'd rather have hair. Not ADD, massive adaptability. And this is the one, if you're proud and you have misdirected pride, you are not going to be a quick learner. And therefore, nobody badass is going to hang out with you. That's just what it comes down to. You want to be a millionaire, you got to hang out with millionaires. You want to be a billionaire, you got to hang out with billionaires. They value their time. They're looking right away that you are the world's best student. Do not settle to be a good student, a great student. Be the best. Everybody has that potential to be the best. Sorry, I'm going to move the Facebook here so you guys can be sure to see it. Best student in the world, that's my motto. You'd come to teach me, and everybody, if you saw today, I was doing a Chinese training today. I can teach myself Chinese in a matter of minutes. You might need to change the f-stop a little bit or whatever. Or you think it's too dark on me, or is it good?
No, it's just the concept.
Oh, it's just on the monitor?
Yeah.
It's not f-stop. What is it?
No, that's right. You got that one. The ISO's for to
ISO.
make it lighter and dark.
Tai, you're like the real life Tony Stark. I had a whole bunch of people mad at me this morning when I woke up because I went to see Batman vs. Superman yesterday, and I posted, hated the movie. And it's not just me, dude. Everybody I went with, from young, old people, they were like, dude, let's leave this movie. And yeah, you might like the movie. It's a matter of opinion, obviously, but ooh.
Just a lot going on.
You know, if you're super into comic books, you'll like it just because it's a comic book story, but the execution, it had great acting. I thought the acting was fine. Ben Affleck's a great Batman. I think that Jesse Eisenberg's a great Lex Luthor. That was not my problem. The problem was the way they didn't develop the story correctly. Anyway, let's move on. Because we got 10. I got to get out of here soon. By the way, number 2, thing that I learned insider trip, it's lifestyle focus. This is, for me, the most important of anything I'm going to talk about today. Almost everybody you meet is going to be a different focus. So they're going to say things like, a lot of people are focused on money, people are going to be focused on cars, people are going to be focused on fame, some people are focused on spirituality, some people are focused on, let's say, travel, some people are focused on food. Just name a thing. Everybody you know in the world has their thing, you know? that thing that's their thing. And hey, Charlotte, we should do a little thing where they come, put some chairs here, and we can have a little audience with them listening. It's always better. No, but they're just listening. But it's not a rush. Just at some point in the next 20, 30. Are they all here? So you can just put some stuff. It's always better when there's a group here. And these are just components. And that's the problem. You can never be component focused. Now, this is something that not all millionaires know. And there's a lot of people, I live in Beverly Hills, some of the wealthiest people in the world live on my street even. But I don't always want their life. And I know why. They have a lot of components. I would just basically clear this. We don't need this and this. We'll just put some stuff there. Okay. I can put this. And they'll be here for 10 minutes or something. Very important that you are not component focused. People say, oh, Tai, I see you with Ferrari and Lamborghini commercials. How can you say that? Well, that's just a minor component in my life. There's times in my life when I've sold, in 2012, just for a test, I sold all my cars. I sold the Ferrari, I sold the Lamborghini. No, it wasn't Lamborghini. I sold the Ferrari. I had a different Ferrari and a Maserati, got rid of them. And I lived for 2 years with just testing no car, because I don't ever want to be component focused. This is absolutely important. If you watch my Snapchat, you can see my lifestyle. Okay, sometimes people doubt my lifestyle. One thing that I learned in life that I live by is I never appease my haters. So if haters say, hey Tai, do you rent your Lamborghini? I'm like, well, I don't like those people to start with, so I'm never going to answer them, even though probably at some point I'll post the car title or something. But it's fun to fuck with your haters. But at the end of the day, it's not even about haters or people who love you. Those are also just components. But if you see my Snapchat, you'll see my version of the lifestyle that I like. And you make your own. You don't have to adopt mine. Sometimes people are like, Tai, there's a whole bunch of girls around you when you're doing jiu-jitsu. And one guy made a valid point. He said, Tai, you should be training with a whole bunch of tough dudes. Well, I do train with Rigan Machado, who's 280-pound coral belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, who went 365-0. You can wrestle him. He went 365-0. I do train with, Joe Schilling, who has the U.S. record for the fastest Muay Thai knockout, 2-time world Muay Thai champion, I think 1 or 2 world kickboxing champion. But I think it's fun to train with 15 awesome women around. And if some people don't like that lifestyle, I'm like, good, then go surround yourself with 15 dudes in Speedos. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just like lifestyle focused. I like mine, you like yours, and you build yours. And if you don't do it right, you will build a component-based life. And there's no component that's more important than other components to me. Mine is like I mix them all together like soup. Some people have chicken only in their chicken noodle soup. Some people only have salt and water. That's not good chicken noodle soup. Good chicken noodle soup got water. It's got some vegetables. It's got some meat. And everything all at once. And some people can't get that. And I feel like they violate the first rule, which is be the world's fastest learner. The second I learned that, and it's funny how I didn't learn this my whole life growing up. People will tell you all kinds of things that they think are important. They'll say, oh, this is important, only this is important. Well, at the end of the day, there is no one thing that's overarchingly important. I like jiu-jitsu, but I like jiu-jitsu because it's part of a lifestyle that I live. I wouldn't want to only do jiu-jitsu. I love basketball, but I don't want to do 24 hours a day of basketball. I like hanging out with cool celebrities, not because I care. Sometimes people are like, oh, are you a groupie to celebrities? I'm like, no. Celebrities are more interesting in most of the time, in my experience, because that's why they're celebrities. It's cool to hang out with Chris Paul. Not because he's Chris Paul, but because he had the discipline to train himself to become an elite athlete. When everybody else was partying and not waking up early, not working out, he was in the gym working out. I like to be around people like that. But I don't want my whole life nonstop to be around celebrities. Last night I was just out, if you saw my Snapchat, just out at the movies with just my old friends. Jeremy I've been friends with since I was 2 years old. Herman I've been friends with for 10 years. That's the lifestyle I live. You pick yours, but never be tricked by the components. And that happens 99.99% of the time on planet Earth, in my experience. What's some practical things that I learned from mentors? Number 3, you have to master marketing. If you want to raise your income, I'm gonna marketing and sales. Just if you guys saw my YouTube very recently, about a month ago, a few months ago, I had Mark Cuban came over. He wanted to stop by. We talked on his book, and then we hung out for most of the day, and it was fun. I didn't film the whole thing, obviously, because we were just hanging out. But one thing I learned from him is I asked him, I was like, Mark, if you lost all your money, what would you do? And he's like, oh, well, I wouldn't be that worried because I'd get back into sales. And he said, you can always sell your way out of a low income situation. If you don't have any money, you get better at sales. If you're an entrepreneur, you're not making the revenue, you get better at marketing. And there's many techniques to get better at marketing. There's understanding the 25 cognitive bias. There's understanding the 103 logical fallacies that exist that make people make bad decisions, and how you can help them make better decisions. You must be persuasive if you want to live a good lifestyle. Because at every turn, here's why this is important. What happens in life, could you grab me another pen? This one's kind of dying. What happens in life is other people, okay, have their own agendas. Everybody you meet in life will have their own agenda. And if you're not careful, you will be taken advantage of. They will take advantage of you without even meaning to. And 70% of billionaires, write this down, 70% of billionaires spend a good bit of time in sales in their life. I just did a talk on 7 ways to raise your income in the next 30 days. And that's one of the things I said. Get into sales. And I'm like Mark Cuban. Maybe I'll lose all my money. That happens sometimes. But I don't care, because I only care about money's a component. I care about my lifestyle. So if I lost my money or I lost my lifestyle, then what I would do is go, I don't like my revenue is. My lifestyle is hurting because I don't have the revenue to support it. Boom. Get back into sales. I don't care what you sell. You can sell vacuum cleaners. You can sell cars. One of the best things to sell is get into financial sales, whether it be insurance or become a stockbroker. That's stockbrokers don't exist quite as much anymore, but something in financial services like that is a great one. But there's many things, many things that you can do. Okay? Someone says, I'm in insurance and it sucks, so boring. Well, there's different areas of insurance that you can be in. Some suck and some don't. Somebody wrote, Dripinger Singh said, which billionaires? Did you write another comment? Because I don't know. Somebody wrote, Tai, I'd vote for doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with 15 women over 15 men too. It was amazing how many people are like, Tai, why would you want to do that? And I was like, well, oh, hey, come say hello. Are you going to bring him salsa dancing? Her?
Yeah.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy. Let me be in the streetwear.
Yeah, streetwear. Look, come look at the camera. Look what Shelly brought.
This is Leo.
Leo! What's up, dog? Wait, I gotta snap this. This dude's funny. How old is he?
So cute. 3 months. Oh!
Leo! Leo! What's up, dog? Oh, man.
Give him kisses.
Leo. Oh.
Leos and Aries must get along then.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they do.
It's funny how little dogs are like, man, he's like a puff ball.
He's a little fluff ball, yeah.
What's up, Puff?
Where's everyone at?
Yeah, Charlotte. They're back there. I think you guys are gonna come back here in a little bit. I'll see you. It's funny how little puppies do that. They like go straight for your ear. Ty, opinion on Grant Cardone's sales stuff. I was supposed to be on Grant Cardone's show the other day, and his power went out. So I haven't studied much of his stuff. He seems like a smart guy, but honestly, I've looked at his book. It seemed pretty cool. So in general, my experience, I'm not a hater, man. People are like, what do you think of Tim Ferriss? What do you think of Joe Rogan? What do you think of Grant Cardone? What do you think of DJ Khaled? And in general, I think most of these people must be pretty damn smart and pretty good at what they do, or you wouldn't know their name. So I'm not really the guy that talks shit about people. In general, I care about my lifestyle. So I go, I spend most of my time trying to improve myself. And focus always on yourself. Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk was here at my house the other day. We were playing some basketball. Same thing. Gary Vaynerchuk. I haven't studied all of those guys' stuff that much. But I'm sure Gary Vaynerchuk's smart, or you wouldn't be asking me that question. You know, and he seems smart, and I interviewed him. He seemed like a cool dude. I learn from many people. I am not a cult follower. You can't. The closest I get to a cult is Warren Buffett. That man is the oracle right there. That dude speaks truth. But even there's things that Warren Buffett says that I don't agree with. I will tell you, and that's a great segue. I'm going to give you this number 4 thing that I learned. Billionaire Insider Secrets. They should come probably relatively soon. Nathan, can you hang out with me versus them? Let them do that. 2 things. Nathan, 2 things. 1, can you bring me a different shirt? This one's like stretched. I think I stretched it doing jujitsu or something. But the same one, but just a little bit. Just bring 3 or 4. Then the second thing is they should come in the next little while. You might need more chairs. And they can just wear street clothes. We'll do a little experiment this way. Okay, the next one, transition. Number 4 here, that's absolutely important, is go straight to the top. And this is where people really get lost. There's a saying, the enemy of the great is the good. And if you think about your life right now, your biggest enemy is not horrible people. You're going to be smart enough to read through the lines. But one thing, when you throw out all these names, whether it be, you know, Grant Cardone or Gary Vaynerchuk or Tim Ferriss, whatever, you name the people. What I do, I like the OGs. You know what an OG is? On the streets, an OG is an original gangster. My dad was kind of an OG. He was in prison, and he's got all the war wounds from, he grew up in Harlem. But an OG in business is different. And an OG in business is somebody who's done so well for so long. Most of the people that I go to, that I look up to, have been at the top for a long time. So it's not whether it's Tim Ferriss or Gary Vaynerchuk, it's all them. They're maybe on their way to becoming an OG. But Warren Buffett's an OG. This dude made $70 billion net worth, and he started in the 50s. He's an OG. Sam Walton was an OG. I tend to spend most of my time learning from OGs. I'm learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Rener Gracie. He's an OG in Jiu-Jitsu. He started when he was 1 year old. His dad is the founder of the UFC, and his dad's one of the original Gracies. Higan Machado as an OG. He went 365-0. If I'm going to learn Jiu-Jitsu, I'm going straight to the top. Joe Schilling's a definite OG in Muay Thai and kickboxing. He's a monster from hell. God help you if you ever go in the ring with that guy. I've been around badass, strong guys. Joe Schilling is the truth. when I read books, I try to read the OGs the most. I try to read a little Sigmund Freud, a little Charles Darwin, a little bit of Albert Einstein, a little bit of Abraham Lincoln, a little bit of Aristotle, Socrates, Plato. I'm going, and so at the end of the day, if you follow this, you're always going to beat the people just following the kind of good people. The enemy of the best information is good information. And this is very important. Somebody said, Tai, are the Diaz brothers an OG? They're on their way. Not yet. Not yet. I was back there at the UFC fight after Conor McGregor. I was back in the press area, and Diaz brothers are on their way. Not yet. An OG in UFC fighting would be, Boz Rutan. He won UFC 20. He'd been around. He won Pride and Pancrase and all that. And that's actually how I train with too. Rampage Jackson, yeah, maybe he'd be an OG. Oprah Winfrey, now that's an OG. She started from the bottom. She came from a horrible background. She was, abused and all this stuff. And now she's not only at the top, but she's at the top of the top. She mentors Ellen DeGeneres. Kanye West is an OG. No, not yet. No. Kanye West, no. William Shakespeare is an OG. That's right. You want to learn to write? Read Shakespeare. Read Faust. Read the Aeneid. Read some of these amazing pieces of literature that have stood the test of time for thousands of years. Is Drake an OG? He started from the bottom. No. Michael Jackson is an OG in music. Elvis. You got to stand the test of time. Fedor Emelianenko, probably almost there. Let me have the blue shirt. No, just go find me ones that look just like this. But yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. We got a lot to get through. Numero 5. What some things that you can learn, raise your income. By the way, I'm gonna try to get through all of these. When it starts to get dark, I gotta jet out. Shit, how are we gonna do the pool thing? We just throw these lights up.
Yeah, we can just move these over.
But I'm saying when they go in the pool, just turn the lights on.
This evening?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have it all set up.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's an OG. Bruce Lee's an OG. In business, Warren Buffett is one. Original gangster is what OG stands for. Number 5. Practical thing that you can do to raise your income. Increase your marketing, increase your sales. Another thing you can do. Build your cabinet. This is something that nobody talks about, but there's an ancient, cabinet. There's an ancient proverb from thousands of years ago. Somebody says, Tai, are you an OG? No, I'm not yet one. I'm too young. I'm not one either. That's why I don't learn from myself.
Just a G.
That's why I'm just a G. Is that what Maddie said? I'm just a G. I don't even know if I'm a G. I try not to self-assess myself, except in areas I can improve. People spend way too much time patting themselves on the back. In general, there's not a huge benefit to patting yourself on the back, except to encourage yourself and motivate yourself to move forward. I don't really need that kind of encouragement. I like to move forward at all times. Build a cabinet. You want to make more money. If you ever aspire to make $1 million or $1 billion, trust me, you definitely want. Somebody said, Tai, your snaps are like the movies. They are very entertaining. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad you like them. We put a new charger in. Somehow that one's not working.
I'll throw a little marker on it too.
Somebody wrote, Tai likes women. Okay. Somebody said, Tai, sometimes your Snapchats are too long. They can't be too long. They disappear in 24 minutes. In 24 hours, and you can just fast forward through it.
Yeah, that's good.
Excuse me 1 second. I'm eating a sandwich. I'm hungry. Eli Cat says, Tai, I like women too. Some people like women, Some people like men. This is how it goes.
What are the shoes today, Ty?
These are the Charles Barkleys. They're kind of ugly, in my opinion.
Almost Laker colors. Yeah, they're Laker colors.
But these are Barkley shoes. So I'm gonna see those. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna change. Somebody said, Ty, do you eat on your show? Hell yeah, because it's all about the lifestyle. And the lifestyle of your dreams, when you're hungry, you eat. That's the lesson of life. It's like when I'm thirsty, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna drink some water. Believe it or not, your natural appetites are pretty much there on purpose. When you feel pain and you want to move away from something, it's because it's about to burn your skin off. When you're hungry, as long as you don't have messed up, as long as you're eating healthy food, then eat whenever you want. People don't eat enough. Very few people eat too much good food. Lots of people eat too much bad food. Let me give me 1 second.
First take two.
What's the ETA on them?
2 minutes. I'll double check.
Let me just see if this. So Mark, give this shirt away. Here we go.
Oh, I love it.
Give that shirt. You want it?
Yes, please.
Maddie can have it. It's a
Yeah.
good shirt. I just don't like them any stretched at all. They should be tight around. You just look, Nathan. You can be like, they should be relatively tight around her. Are these tight? Yes. See how that's tighter there?
Yes.
That's how the style works.
Thank you, Ty.
We're in the fashion business, so I have to look a little bit fashionable. Not that I don't look super fashionable right now because I don't like these shoes. I feel they're somewhat garbage, but I'm gonna wear them right now. I do like Charles Barkley though.
Do a giveaway for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give these shoes away. Who wants some purple shoes? Well, Maddie got a shoe out of it. We're gonna have to adjust this. You guys want to grab a seat somewhere here? Just you can grab. You know what, Maddie? Push those back because we're gonna make 2 rows. 2 rows. Boom. We're talking. This is the business hour. We're talking about 10 techniques. You guys want to sit? Let's see. We got to do it by height. Let everybody stand up so the shortest people have to be there. Whoever has the longest torso. Who has a long? Huh?
Paris has got a real long torso and she's a little dog too. Paris.
Ferris, you have a dog too? Here?
Not with me, no.
Oh. Okay, who's it? No, you're talking about Shelly. Shelly, you come in the front with your dog. I love the dog. We'll move. We're gonna add more chairs. Who's the tallest? It's probably Ferris. So can you sit back there because we won't block anybody? Ferris didn't like that. She's a Leo. She wants to. Africa, you're not tall. You have to sit up in the front. Definitely. Yeah, why don't you sit there? Charlotte's tall. Okay. Is this everybody?
There's a couple of girls who aren't here, Lexi, but everyone who's here now.
Lexi, who else is coming? Lexi and.
Lexi,
Singing Lexi? Oh, okay. Cool. Who here can sing? You sing? Good. We're gonna have a singing off.
No.
Yes, we have a sing off. It's good. It's fun. Who here is good at dancing? Oh, Julana's funny. Julana's always frowning. Okay, can you guys grab those 2 last? She's like happy, but has RBF, resting bitch face all the time. That chair won't be good. You'll have to. Yeah, Rick, you want to sit there? Okay. You want to? You can come in. What's your name?
Jasmine.
Is this your friend? Africa?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my best friend.
Jasmine. I'm gonna have to go like this a little bit. How about that? Are you visible?
We can
Okay.
even move you over up here.
Yeah, you move.
You went from back row to front row.
Hello, everybody. We're just resetting. Somebody said, Ty, we can't see the gals.
Tell them to go to the website.
Huh?
They can go to the website.
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah, go to my website. You can see. It's too bad Facebook. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We'll focus on them. And then I'll just... There we go. Is everybody visible? Boom. We won't use the whiteboard as much. Okay. Who has RBF today?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Here's a mic for you.
You
to
right.
pass around too.
I do.
Resting bitch face. Who has resting bitch face? Every time I do a call, I'm like, every time I do video with girls, I gotta be like, all right, RBFers, let me put something like in your mouth that automatically makes you smile. Some cotton. Somebody said, I'd love. We'll put the notes up. We'll put the notes up. I'm gonna move around. And then, yeah, we have 4 live things. Probably about 50,000 people are gonna watch this. Be a lot of people. I like to do a little experiment. Somebody said, Tai, no offense, but I'm here to learn from you. But here's the good news. I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. Africa needs to become Indian. I think there's an Indian guy here who likes you. That's a teeny dog. Yeah, can I? You know what I feel like if I have this dog? Can I hold this?
You got full man signs.
No, I feel like, was that Inspector Gadget? Was that Inspector Gadget where he had, the bad guy had the little dog?
Well, I'm thinking of Austin Powers.
Man, this dog is light.
Yeah, he's 3 pounds.
Oh my God. This is the lightest dog I've ever, you know, my grandma has 1 pound weights. She's 98 years old and she has 2 1 pound. I'm like, Grandma, that's like lifting air. This is my grandma's workout program. Sorry, Tai, I can't concentrate. Somebody said I can't concentrate with those girls. I'm not gonna drop him. Front left RBF. Oh, they're talking about you. Were you RBFing?
Me?
Yeah, that's what somebody said right here.
Oh, maybe.
I'm going to ask them questions, so we're going to do a recall thing. You ready for the recall?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Pull the Facebook comments off here because it's going to distract them too much. The Facebook comments are crazy. You'll get everything from awesome ones to the worst, especially with you guys. Girls get offended easily. Somebody said, wow, Tai, you off the chain. Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. I actually love, and that's one of the things I want to write. Let me skip. I'm giving people 10 things that I learned from millionaire mentors that helped me when I was broke. So maybe these will help you guys too. Is anybody here a millionaire? Almost. Look at Africa's face was like, I'm about a millionaire. Number 5 right here. And can you switch to wide where you see that in the wide? Or you want to adjust the tight in there? Yeah, there we go. I'll swing around like this. Number 5 is build your cabinet. You want to run the camera here, Nathan? That'll be good for you. So just here. Should almost tape it down. The president has how many people in their cabinet? Who knows the number? Boom, ba-doom, boom. Anybody on the set? Adrian, Maya, Charlotte, Nathan. How many people does the president have in their cabinet?
15.
15 people. Now everybody agrees most presidents are pretty smart or you wouldn't become the president. Even though people think like George W. Bush was stupid. You can't become the president if you're completely stupid. And that person needs 15 advisors. So right now, everybody, can you get them pads of paper? Pat, do you mind if I test on you? I won't embarrass you guys. If you look bad, just don't show the notepad because this is a test. This is a test. Do this at home. Grab your notepad. Grab a notepad, and I want you to write down currently your 15 advisors. I just was back in the locker room with Kobe Bryant. I got to go back there with him. He invited me back, and I asked Kobe Bryant who his mentors were, his cabinet, and he listed. I posted on my Snapchat the other day. He told me like 10 or 20 people right away. He was like, I learned from Michael Jackson, I learned from Bob Iger, I learned from Phil Jackson, I learned from Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Like he just listed. We're gonna do a little test right now. By the way, ignore these ugly shoes. I get a different pair of shoes a day, so these are my review shoes. I don't like them.
I love them.
You like them? Who likes these? Thumbs up if you like them. You can't see this? Who thumbs down? Thumb down. Who thumbs up?
Everyone's scared of something.
Ferris, you didn't even vote.
I didn't even see his second
Oh
go.
my god.
Yeah. I just gotta do two. Sorry. We'll share one.
I want you to write down 15 names. Now, here's the rules. There's a rule to this. This is a rule, and this is not an easy rule to follow. These are people that you've been close enough to physically that you could reach out and touch them. In the last, and I'll go easy on you, in the last 7 days. 15 people,
Who is what?
15
What's the question?
mentors, specifically around your income. People that can help you make more money. Okay? And it's okay. Whenever I do this test, most of these people don't even have one person on the list. So if you have 0, that's fine. 15 people who have achieved exactly whatever you want. And we're talking about business. You can apply this to anything. You have the cap still on it. It works better without the cap. 15. Anybody, you guys start naming them. Somebody said Brian. Now, if somebody said Tai Lopez, yeah, but can you touch me right now? Somebody said 1. Somebody said Yves Saint Laurent. I don't even think he's alive anymore. Is Yves Saint Laurent alive? Isn't he dead? He's dead, right? He died of heroin. Did he die of a drug overdose or something? 0. Somebody wrote Lord Sugar. You talking about the English guy? You've been hanging out with him in person? Somebody said 15 is a lot. Somebody said, Ty, why are they all blondes? They're not all blondes. We got an eyeball problem. The person closest to you is brunette. How would Kobe say Michael Jordan? Because Kobe Bryant spends so much time. Somebody wrote about that guy. That dude's blind as fuck. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant spent a lot of time together playing against each other. Who else? Who has more than 3 people on the list? And they have the exact financial success that you want, and they were like training you. Okay. 6, that's good. Who else? Who has 0? Honestly, it's okay. Everyone has a 0 at some point. Anyone have 0? Anyone have more than 6? 2. Ferris, how many do you have?
Well, I put 4, but I'm kind of confused about the question. Is it directly related to financial success, or
In this
success
case, in this
within our
case, it is.
industry? Okay, well then I'll have to cross them off.
Because everybody here, you want to have financial. Like, you guys missed my talk. There's multiple components to a good life. So you can't just be spiritual, but have no money. Because all spiritual people, the Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, the Catholic Church, it's Easter. If you're Catholic Church, one of the richest churches in the world. Mormons. You have to have money to accomplish stuff. If you want to help the poor, you have to be able to buy them food. That means you have to pay the farmer. So you can't just look at one component. That's what most people do wrong. You have to have a ton of components. Money is one of them. Everybody agree you need some money. Nobody here is going to grow their own food, build their own house, mine for their own metals, manufacture their own plastic, go deep into the earth to find oil to power your car. You're going to need money. So how many is on your list when you
5.
use that criteria? 5. That's pretty good.
3.
3.
2. 1.
2. Okay. You guys are actually above average. To have 1 is above average. Who here has, somebody says they have 5. Somebody wrote, I see RBF again. Yeah, Saint Laurent is dead. Somebody said 0. Somebody said 4. You can't have yourself. Somebody said myself. Do you think the president is on his own cabinet? That's not. That's like, who's your heart surgeon? Oh, I do heart surgery on myself.
Somebody said my dog.
I use anesthesia on myself, fall asleep, wake back up, and put it. Somebody wrote Tai Lopez, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, DJ Khaled, Mark Cuban, Dan Bilzerian, Brandon Hampton. Wait a sec, let me get it straight. You hung out with all of us in person in the last week? I don't think so. Ty, bring some beverages for those girls. You guys want something to drink? No?
Good.
First thing about girls you have to learn, I'm not an expert with women. I don't think any guy's an expert with women. But one thing I have learned, do not judge a girl by her face. Because sometimes girls will be having the time of their life, and you're out on a date, and you're like, oh, I messed this all up. And they're like, and then they get home the next day, and you wake up to a text like, had the greatest time, we should hang out. Then at other times you go out with a girl, and she's like, ha ha, laughing, and then they never text you back. So women are elusive creatures. You know why women are like that? Because women can't even figure themselves out. Sometimes they're like, I don't even know why I did that. Anyway.
Somebody said, does Skype meetings count?
The Skype meetings count. You should have 15. I learned from a mentor to get 15 of these people, and now I probably have about 60. And so sometimes people are like, Tai, how did you become successful? But I don't take the credit. I just have lots of smart people around me. My second mentor, Alan Nation, said, Tai, I've never had a smart idea in my life. I just go to where smart people are and I copy them. Pablo Picasso, the artist, said this: good artists copy and great artists steal. And he didn't literally mean that you steal their art. He meant you steal great concepts. And if you take basketball, Kobe Bryant, people accused Kobe Bryant for years of stealing Michael Jordan's moves. But Kobe Bryant got 5 rings from that, and is one of the most iconic legends, Hall of Famer of all time. You want to copy, and even better than copy is steal. I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about literally steal their business idea or anything like that. You steal the concepts that they have, and then it's not really stealing, it's more like passing on. Somebody said, let's go rob a bank. Yeah, that could be one way you increase your income in the next 24 hours. Rob a bank. There's only one problem. I learned this from my dad. My dad was in prison when I was born, and you can make a lot of money, but if you lose it all and go to prison, it's not that fun. So bank robbery, it's not so good. What number are we on? 6. Practical thing. In the modern world, if you want to make more money, you have to master social media. And a lot of people are good. I talked about this the other day, but I'll give you guys some quick highlights because people wanted me to talk more on this and I ran out of time. Is that camera? Oh, which camera are you running on? This one? That one's wide?
Yeah, this is what we're
That one's good because that one's not blocked. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Somebody said, Tai, where are the dudes at, though? Nathan, pop in here.
Yo.
We got Nathan. Pop that way. We got Adrian. We got all kinds of dudes. It's just guys don't look as good in front of cameras. I should probably not even be in this. I should hide my face. One guy wrote a tweet. I read it. You guys ever seen my YouTube called Mean Tweets, where I read all my mean comments people wrote? It's my favorite video I've ever done. People loved it. I just read this one, and the first one was, I save all mean comments. This guy wrote, Tai, I really like your stuff. It's so inspiring, but you're just so damn ugly. I can't watch your videos. And I was like, hey man, why don't you just listen to the audios? Yeah, anyway, so I'm sorry. That's why I've got them here, because then you don't have to look at my ugly face. You can just look at my handwriting, which is actually even uglier than my face. Master social media. Here's the thing. It's not about followers and likes, even though that can indicate success. But there's a lot of people with fake followers, fake likes. I was looking at some account somebody had like 1 million followers, and every post gets like 1,500 likes. What really matters is this, engagement. And for me, sometimes on my social media, I'll do things that I know purposely makes people unfollow, because life's about quality over quantity. If you had 100,000 customers who are all loyal to you and paying, you'll be way richer than if you have 1 million people who kind of like you. And now I reach a lot of people. Like last year I probably reached between 100 and 300 million people follow my stuff in the world. And it's hard to know exactly. I'm sure it's over 100 million, but I'm not sure how many. But most of them are not quality people in terms of really caring about my stuff. Maybe they just watch it occasionally. So my goal in life now is to focus on quality and get rid of people. And I do that in lots of ways. Like yesterday, I posted a video and I was like, I hated the Batman. Who saw the Batman movie? Superman vs. Batman. I thought it was so fucking bad. Like, let me put it to you this way. We went in the movie. You came with us, right?
Yeah.
Nathan was there. And in the first 10 minutes, I was like, wait a sec, we're in the wrong movie. I was like, you got to leave. I think we sat in on the 10 o'clock movie. Because the movie really literally starts in the middle of a movie. It's so confusing. Now, everybody's like, well, you have to see the other ones. I don't want to have to see the other one. I'm not a comic book dude. Anyway, I wrote that on my Instagram. And like every comic book weird person in America was like, Tai, fuck you, I love this movie. And they were like, some of them, most of them don't, but they're like, I'm gonna unfollow you. I'm so excited. Somebody said, Tai, that's called nerd rage.
Nerd rage.
Yeah. And for me, I'm like, great. If I find out I'm gonna have less friends, I'm way excited, because most people in your life are fair weather friends. You're gonna find that out. Trust me. Most people in your life, if you go to the hospital, if you lose all your money and you text, you can try this test. I've done this before. Be careful though. Text 10 people that are like you think are your friends, not your best friends, but people that are kind of act like they're your friends, and just go, oh, I gotta move out. Can you come Saturday morning and maybe help me move? Trust me. If they're acquaintances, out of 10 of them, 9 of them will write you back like, oh my God, but most of them will say why they can't make it there. Only 1 or 2 will actually show up. And in life, and especially in business, you have to have ways of filtering. I call it smoking them out. It's kind of like there's a house, and also when the fire comes, the smoke, everybody starts running out. And if you can smoke out all the fake people around you, all the fake friends, you'll live a better life. You might have less friends, but you'll have real friends. And the same thing here with mastering your social media. If you gave me a choice, there's a guy, I forget his name, I've never seen the engagement on his social media, on his YouTube account. He only has like 1 or 2 million YouTube subscribers, but he has so many comments and views every time he releases a video. Let's say he has like 1 million followers, he'll get like 1 million views in a week. Like 100% of people who follow him actually are engaged. So when you look at your social media, don't get too caught up in the subscriber game. Somebody said, Tai, only 2 million subs. I said 1 million. But he has 1 million subs and 1 million views. My friend Owen Cook, he owns a channel. He has a YouTube channel, RSD. What's his channel called? He's a controversial dude because he teaches guys how to pick up women. And he only has a couple 100,000 subscribers, but every video he puts out gets like a couple 100,000 views. And I see people chasing the wrong number. Find people who love you. Now, mastering social media, you have to know this one thing, and this is going to seem really weird whenever I tell people this. You have to do 2 things at the same time, and it's almost impossible to do. You have to be boring and exciting at the same time. If you master this formula, like I just started using my Snapchat about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now I have one of the biggest Snapchats in the world. And Snapchat called me the other day because you can't see how many followers you have. So there's guys with bigger, but not that many people. Some of the DJs and stuff have bigger ones, but I have a pretty big one. And boring means this. Think about American Idol, the TV show American Idol. Every time it was like 3 judges sitting in front of a table with a little backdrop and people standing outside in line, and then they walk out and they sing. That's kind of boring, right? Because it's the same table. If you watch the first American Idols, it's like just like a table with a tablecloth. And then what did Simon Cowell always wear? 1 white t-shirt. He didn't always have so it was boring. But what happens is they broke it up with some exciting. So every episode you have new singers, and that's the excitement. And that's really the secret of social media. I should charge you guys $100 grand for that tip. One of my friends and business partners, he's one of the best social media. Forbes magazine just called him the social media king. He has lots of accounts, but he has 32 million followers on social media. And we talk about, these are the same things. Now he's more secretive than me. I'm nicer and share stuff more because my mentors were nicer than me. A lot of my smartest friends, they hate that I do this. They're always like, why the fuck do you tell everybody our secrets? I don't tell all the secrets, but I'll tell you a few. And in my accelerator, I go more in depth. Why do I have I have a paid program version of this whole talk. That's a 4-month program. And the reason I make it paid is because then less people go into it. So all this stuff, all the secret stuff doesn't get out there. But think about this. If you watch like my Snapchat, I'll always do some things that every day. Like I post the books I'm reading every day. And some people are like, or I'll always do jujitsu every day. I don't do actually every day, but I'll do like 3 times a week. And I was talking to somebody and they're like, Tai, you always do jujitsu. And I'm like, yeah, but I also make it exciting. Because maybe the other day we had like 15 girls trying to like learn jujitsu. So people go, oh, it's boring. I'm used to always seeing jujitsu in your Snapchat, but all of a sudden you made it more exciting. Even this call right now, it's boring, right? What am I doing? I'm standing in front of you, eating a tuna sandwich. Nobody get close to me. I smell like tuna from eating this. But now I'm like, let me fuck with everybody's head. And now we have a dog. And what do we have, 9 people? Is he asleep?
Yeah.
We have 2, 4, 6. And it makes it more exciting. And I guarantee you, when I watch how many, probably about 50,000 people will watch this, and there'll be way more engagement than if I didn't do this. Any questions? I'm going to force everybody to ask one question.
Somebody said your Snapchat's way better than Superman versus Batman.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I hate watching myself on camera. Sometimes my Snapchats are fucking good. And the reason I know they're good is I hate watching myself. Like, I'll never watch my YouTube videos. Ever. Or any. But sometimes I look at my Snapchat, I'm like, my life is fucking nuts. Like, yesterday, when I went to dinner with the Clippers, I'm like, you just have to watch it. It's crazy. People sometimes think I fake it and stage it. I'm like, I don't stage it. This shit just happens. Crazy shit happens all the time. The craziest thing was probably when we went with, you guys like DJ? Like, Alesso,
yeah.
Francis, Diplo, all those guys. I took them to the Laker game. And then after we came here to play basketball, Dylan Francis cannot play basketball for shit, except for half-court shots. I've had all these pro basketball players, the Lakers here. He grabbed the ball, half-court, shoots it, hits the first one. Now, this is a dude, he told me he hasn't picked up a basketball in like a year or 2. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you tricking me? Like, you really know how basketball? I was like, no, I'm not good. I hand him the basketball again. Shoots it. Hits it again. He hit 3 in a row. And then he hit like 8 for 10. It was insane. There's just so much weird shit that happens all the time. How about going back in the locker room with Kobe Bryant? That was crazy. You know how Kobe Bryant acts now? I tell people, Kobe Bryant is an emperor, man. Especially at the Staples Center. After the game, I was with T.O., and he's walking out. There's like 20 police. The whole place is chanting like, Kobe, Kobe. And I sat next to Kobe like a week before, so I saw him going by, and I'm like, Kobe, can we come back there in the locker room with you? And Kobe just goes like this. I don't know, this must be a secret signal. He doesn't talk anymore, he just goes. And the whole police just part, and I go back. It's just me, it's Kobe, T.O., and me just go back there. It's kind of wacky, but when you watch my Snapchat, you would never expect that kind of stuff, and it makes it way more exciting. So look at your social media. You need to be doing some repetitive stuff. Like on my Instagram, I'll post book stuff repetitively, or I'll post, but I make sure everyone has a new exciting element. Somebody wrote, Tai, that girl is looking right at me. I think he thinks you're looking right at him. I don't think they're in love with your little caption thing here. Yes, dopamine. If you want to make more money, you must master social media. Who here is good with social media? One. Everybody? Are you good, Ferris?
I'm good. Yep.
Who here could be better? Who here is perfect? You're not raising your hand at all.
My
You're
dog
good on
has
social media.
an
You have a little
Instagram.
social. Is it follow? Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I just started it, so
Okay.
it's decent.
Yeah, my old secretary in North Carolina, she has a huge following on her dog's Instagram. It's insane. She has like, I don't know if she has 1 million followers, but something crazy like that. Next, somebody asked what your guys' Instagram is. I'm gonna post it on my Snapchat.
Or which section?
3 more things, then we're out because they want to go. We're going to do other stuff. Who's ready to work out? We're doing a workout challenge today.
Yes. I'm ready.
Who's not ready to work out? What'd you say? You're sore? Ferris, you didn't raise your hand either way.
Type Periscope resetted.
Yeah, you can reset it.
It reset it on its own.
The dog is so cute. Number 7 thing, if you want to raise your income, I'm just going to throw out a whole bunch of stuff real quick that you can do to raise your income. I talked about this the other day and people liked it, so I'm going to repeat it. Who here wants to raise their income in the next 30 days? Here's some practical examples that you can do immediately to raise your income. Open a podcast. They're free to open on iTunes. All you need is an iPhone that you can record. The app already exists. Number 1 thing. Number 2, you could try network marketing. I'm not a huge fan of network marketing. I never really did it, but I have friends. There was a friend of mine, she was over here and she's making an extra $700 a month doing some network marketing. I don't remember which one it was. But $700 a month will pay your rent in LA or pay your auto insurance and your gas. And she does it. Okay, maybe not rent, but it'll pay you gas. You spending more than $700 on gas? Okay. The average person spends $3 a day on gas is the average. LA maybe a little higher. Next, but an extra $700 is $700. When I was broke, man, any amount of money was a lot of money. I used to have a job picking up sticks. That was the worst job. This guy didn't like any sticks in his woods, in his forest, in his backyard. He's like, I want them all off. So I'd pick up all the sticks, and then a storm would come, and they'd all be back, and he'd be like, back. And he used to double check with binoculars that I was doing it right. That was probably the weirdest job I ever had. Don't do that job. Next thing you could do, if you want to raise your income,
Hey, Adrian, can you help me
find a business partner.
with this one?
So few people realize that sometimes you can instantly make more money by just having a business partner, because the business partner, just push it in harder. The business partner, sometimes when you're tired, they'll have energy. And so when you're used to like only being able to work 8 or 10 hours a day, they'll work the other half of the day. Find people with complementary schedules. In fact, I'm getting ready. I launch new businesses all the time. I just launched one this week, but one of my business partner from another business came to me and he wants to launch a new business. This dude's a money-making machine. I guarantee you, just by me saying yes to being a partner with him, I mean, this guy can make a 9-figure business, a 7-figure business in a month. And I know him. If I tell him I'm busy, he'll probably just do it himself. And eventually I'll have to carry my load, but that's a great way. I had 2 kids here. When were those 2 guys here the 2 18-year-olds? No, 19. Yeah, the hoverboard.
Oh, the hoverboard.
It was on Thursday. I had 2 guys. I do a thing called Entrepreneur of the Day, a little segment, and these 2 guys were here, and I always tell people, go to conferences because you meet good people. I did a conference in December. They came to it. They met each other. They're just out of high school, and they launched a business, I guess in December, 4 months ago, and they're making $20,000 a month. They just repair hoverboards, and now they build a hoverboard. Like now they have other people doing it. This one's not connected to the internet, right? So.
It is. Periscope is.
Yeah, Periscope. Sometimes we blow up these social media things, so Periscope might have exploded.
I'll try again.
Find a business partner. This is such a good way to make more money. I'm telling you. Next thing. Sales for something. Commissions. I tell most people the way that they get paid is like handcuffs. The last time I had a salary where I had a set income every month was when I was, I think 16. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure it's been since I was 16. I hate that because it's like handcuffs on your income. Why would you ever want handcuffs? I'm happy to just have a job that I make you money, you give me a percentage. So don't be afraid of commissions. It's the greatest way and the quickest way for anybody to make more money. Not everybody's going to be an entrepreneur. I understand that. Not everybody's going to go and start a business. Not everybody's Mark Zuckerberg. But anybody can learn to sell. It's so easy. And I'm actually going to talk about that. I'm going to give you some. I'm going to stop here. Let me give you one more thing here. Consulting. Become a consultant. Why? You can do it from your home. You can do it with just a phone. And your credentials are whatever you're now good at. Help somebody else be good at and charge them money for it. If you're good at social media, like if I lost all my money, which might happen, seems like everybody that makes money then loses it. Maybe that'll happen to me. If I lost everything, I would probably go into sales or become a consultant, because a lot of celebrities are like, dude, help me do this social media, and I'll be like, great, I'll do it for X amount of money a month. And then you get clients on retainer. So let's say you just charge $500 a month and you say, I'll help manage your Facebook or your Instagram. Then you get another client and another client, and when you have 20 clients, you hire one assistant. You're making $20,000 a month, or it depends how many you have, 40 clients, and you have your assistant do all the work for you, and you just manage. Let's say you're doing social media and you had 40 clients. Divide it up by 5 days of the week. So you have 8 clients a day you have to work on. Get your assistant to work on all 8, and then you just oversee them. And next thing you know, you're making 20 grand a month. It's insane how easy it is to make money in the modern world and how few people understand it. People have been programmed by society. You've been brainwashed. If you were like me, I got brainwashed. I went through the regular school system. My mom didn't have any money. She was a single mom. Everybody around me thought it was hard to make money. It's kind of like when everybody's fat and everybody tells you it's hard to be healthy, you think it is, but it isn't really. It's not that hard to lose weight, honestly. I know people argue with you that. If you go on a desert island with no food, everybody gets skinny, believe it or not. Now, I'm not saying everybody should starve themselves. I was just saying when it comes to money, it's not that hard to change your financial situation. One more I was going to say, consulting. Damn it. Who remembers what I was going to say in my mind? Anybody? Psychic? Who here has psychic powers at some point because I feel like girls are very psychic. Who here is psychic? At some point you had premonitions and they turned out to be true. About a guy who you thought was cheating on you. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Right now? You saw that. Oh, I gotta Snapchat this. Doing this live talk. I've got some audience members, and we were talking about how I said, how many of you are psychic? Nobody raised their hand. But then I asked them this question, and it all changed. Are you? It changed it to psycho. No, are you guys psychic? You said yes? I said, who's had a premonition that a guy has been cheating on them? And it turned out to be true. Honest. Everybody raised it. Shelly. Shelly doesn't ever raise her hand. Why don't you ever raise your hand? You've never been cheated on? Maybe you're not psychic and you didn't know.
She gets good boyfriends.
Yeah. Just date great people.
Is that not possible?
It is possible, but
Or they're just really good at hiding it.
there you go.
No.
You know
Like delirious.
all the best thieves in the world, they ain't in prison. It's all the ones who get caught. So, I'm psychic about men. All right, I can't remember the other one, but Leo. Is it me doing that or the helicopter?
No, it's you turning the paper.
Let's see. How old is he?
3 months.
Leo. I like when dogs do this. They go. Like, I don't understand. Let's take some quick questions. Questions that somebody said they had telekinesis powers.
What's up with the helicopter?
Gabriel said, Ty, I'm in love. Ty, what's up with the helicopter? Abdul says, Ty, it's currently 2:30 in the morning where he is. Ty, any tips to raise your income in the military? Oh, all right, let's do this. Internet marketing. I'll tell you a good story that I know is true. There was this guy, and he had absolutely no money. Then he got a commission job. I know this dude. He had no money, down to literally like about $0. Then he got a job in commissions because his uncle was like, dude. So then made a little bit of money, made $500 or $1,000 saved up. Then was searching Google on how to raise their income, and a little ad came up, and it said, buy this course, and I'll teach you how I make $8 million a year at 27 years old. This is a true story, by the way. And then the guy took all the money he had left saved up and bought this course on how to be good at selling things on the internet. And within 6 months, made about $70,000 to $100,000. And what he learned from that program, learned how to make $10-20 million over the years of business revenue from that technique. Guess who that guy is? You've all heard of him. Me. That's me. So I know it can be done. That's basically my story. I bought a program. Now, I was doing some stuff before this, but not with the internet. And that was a guy named Corey Rudel. He actually died in a car crash in 2008, or else I would recommend you buy his stuff. But he died, so he doesn't have any stuff out to teach anymore. But he was 27 years old, making $8 million a year. Imagine what that's like. When I was growing up, I never met somebody who was even making $100,000 a year. $8 million a year is roughly what, about $600,000 a month. So who here gets a paycheck ever? Anybody have a paycheck job? So imagine your paycheck every time says $300,000 on it. That's what he was doing at 27. That'd be a good paycheck. Even if they take taxes out of it, you still have about $200,000 left. And what I learned from him is that this internet thing, and he died in 2008. Think about how much, we're in 2016. I had two guys, if you saw my Snapchat earlier this week, these two guys who follow my stuff, they're about 18, no, aren't they 18? 19.
18 and 19.
They just bought an app 4 months ago.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the other one I was going to say.
Yeah, they're
Remind
18
me,
and
it's
19.
buying a business. I'll talk about that. They bought an app 4 months ago, and then they knew how to do marketing, and they changed the marketing, and now they have the number 17 app in the world. They made $600,000 in the last 3 months at 18 or 19. So they're making $200,000 a month. And here's the crazy thing. They bought that app for $4,000. So they put $4,000 in, and so far in the last 3 months, they've made back $600,000. Not a bad deal, right? And how do they do that? All this stuff that I'm talking about. I don't have time to go into all this stuff, but if you're not using the internet to make you money, you are leaving so much money on the table. Who here has their phone with them all day long? You don't, Ferris?
I don't have it on me right
No, but in general.
now. Most part.
Who here
Sometimes
goes
I
5 hours in one day, not counting when you're sleeping, that you don't check your phone? 5 hours. Anybody? Imagine this. Let's go back in time 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. How could you connect to 7 billion people? Or how could you connect to the whole world? There was no way. 50 years ago, if you wanted to sell to people in India, you know what you had to do? You had to fly to India, open a company, and go, India, here's my product. And then if you want to sell in Vietnam, you had to fly over to Vietnam and go, here you go. And you'd have to do it to every country in the world or hire an ad agency. Maybe in the 1950s, TV came out, mass media. So you could have one, but you know what? There was no global stations. When my mom said when she was a little girl, there's only 3 stations, and they weren't global. So people weren't watching American TV in Russia in the 1950s. Right now, everything's changed. You don't even need a phone number. If you got wireless on your phone and you download a free app with Snapchat, I'll give you a perfect example. Who here follows Kylie Jenner? She has the biggest Snapchat in the world. Just imagine this for a second, because a lot of people think the Kardashians are dumb. They ain't dumb. They're probably so smart. They're dumb like a fox, if you ever heard that saying. She posted a link to buy something. I forget what it was, makeup kit or something, and I think it was like $30. In 16 minutes, 130,000 people visited the credit card purchase page. That means, I did the math, she can probably make $10 million in 2 hours anytime she wants. Because anywhere in the world, wouldn't that be a cool power? You see something you want, you're like a house in Beverly Hills is, most of these are 10 to 50 million dollars. Not really 10, more like 20 to 50 million, okay? Imagine just have the superpower, you go into your phone. I was sitting by Kylie Jenner at the last Laker game. She's on her Snapchat. And I was thinking, this girl has the power, she could just go, I'm here at the Laker game. Somebody, I'm gonna put a little link here. What is their website name? Is it like Kylie Lip Kit? She could just go, I'm gonna screenshot Kylie Lip Kit, go there now, I'm gonna give you half off if you buy. It's normally $60, it's now 30. Release, press send, 17 minutes later, let's say 130,000 people visited. She posted her Google Analytics so you can see. Let's say not everybody buys. Let's say 30% of, I would say probably 50% bought, but let's go more conservative. 15% of people bought. And at any given time, she had 130,000 and people drop off. So I'd say she had 1 million people hit the page, easy, in one day. Divided by, multiplied times 0.15, 15%. 150,000 buyers. Let's do the math. And a lot of them will become a repeat buyer, because usually when people buy from you once, they'll buy in the future. Let's say $30, I'm not sure. So 150,000 times 40. And let's assume no repeat buyers. They just buy one time. $6 million while she's sitting next to me. Never in history have you been able to do that. Never. Bill Gates couldn't do it. Nobody. Zuckerberg couldn't do it. Now's the time. So if you're not, somebody said, Tai, 50% conversion rate is unreal. I said 0.15. You're the wrong number, man.
Can I just show you a Snapchat from Tio? He just sent to me privately. I think he meant to send to you the top one, just casting all the replay.
Should I be taking a picture of this?
No, it's a video.
So I'm saying, should we record?
What's up, buddy? Last night you were dressed in Dolce & Gabbana. I'm just dressed in me. Piece stuff together. What's up, Ty? This is.
Do you guys know who T.O. is?
Mini-me back there.
If you watch football, he's one of the most famous football players. All right, I'm gonna video
Send
back
him
to him.
one back, please.
Watch this. I'm gonna snap him back with this outfit I have on,
It's the
which
new,
is not very GQ.
the new tie.
T.O., look at this outfit, man. You got that GQ on. Look at this. Show him the puppy. Everybody said hi, T.O.
Hi.
Wait, whoa. This is T.O. This is a big name dude. Can you give a little excitement? Let me take two. T.O., look at this t-shirt, man. This is GQ right here. Everybody say hi to T.O.
Hi.
He's now having a competition with me because I had a nicer suit than him last night. So now he's like Snapchatting me. Seth Rogen had a funny, I interviewed Seth Rogen yesterday. Seth Rogen, you know one thing about Seth Rogen? He's smart, man. Smart as a motherfucker. People underestimate that. All of Hollywood. Ray J should get royalty checks, someone said about the Kardashians. Anyway, $6 million. Now, you don't have to be as big as the Kardashians. Let's say she's 10,000 times bigger than you. What's 10,000th of $6 million? Let's do that. 6 million. So let's say you're not going to be as big as her, but you're going to just be 10,000 times as big. $600. What if you could just press one button while you're at the Laker game and go, hey, go check this out, and you make an extra $600? What's 600 times 30 days a month? $18,000 a month. It's not bad, right? Anybody here call that shabby? No. Leo. Leo has a tough life. Who here is a master of understanding the internet? Somebody want... Angel Loma said, Tai, you're really successful. On probation, Maximus said. Hey, if some of you had a setback in life, you were in prison. Some people go, Tai, people are racist in the world. maybe you're not the best looking. You know the beauty of the internet? No one can see you. You could be the ugliest person, the youngest person, you could be old. It doesn't matter. People just buy from you. I'm not a supermodel. Maybe I should do my lips like Kylie Jenner. What do you guys think? Little bee sting.
It's that Snapchat bullshit.
This comedian I know, he goes, how come girls in LA all have bee stings on their lips?
You gotta reset.
I was
Facebook.
like, that ain't bee sip. Somebody said, Instagram engagement. How do you measure if you have good engagement on your social media? Pretty easy. People, you'll start seeing the same people commenting a lot. You'll start seeing, I mean, I look at comments actually a lot more than likes. Sometimes you'll have a few less likes, but a shitload of comments, because people usually won't like and comment. They will, but not as much as you think. I had a post, like, I had a post the other day that only got like 2,000 likes, which is super low. I was like, what's wrong? Then I looked at the comments and it was like 4,000 comments or something. And some of my other posts get like 10,000 likes and only have maybe 500 comments. Then I think I'd rather have lower likes, more comments. In the long run, you'll make more money that way.
We gotta reset soon.
Okay. What?
We gotta reset soon.
Yeah, we're gonna reset on Facebook. You guys want to go? I know you guys are starting to get cold. We can get ready for the next thing. Well, I think we're gonna do weights. Who wants to get super buff? Wait, we gotta see that one more time. Africa, show this. You know one thing that I don't know why women don't understand. When you make a muscle, you have to put the hand down.
Oh.
There, it has to be like a T. There you go. There you go. She got the gun show. We're about to find out. Who here can do pull-ups? You can?
Squats are in.
Either one. Chins or pulls. There was a girl here the other day. She couldn't make it today because of Easter. She did 8 pull-ups. I was super impressed. That's pretty good for a girl.
You still want to do piano?
Yeah, but we can do that after. Okay,
Gotcha.
you guys want to head out because then I'll finish this up. Thank you. Thank you.
Where should we leave the notepads?
You can just leave the notepads right here. Leo. We got 2 more, then we out. 2 more. Pumped up, fired up.
Reset
Have you guys been
now
getting
or
good?
later?
We're going to reset Facebook now. And well, just wait a minute. Then I'm going to open up the accelerator for 20 minutes. Then I got to go. We're doing some stuff, shoots tonight, going out in Hollywood. Where's my phone? Oh.
Somebody says, how can I sell more art online? Okay. Somebody says, how can I sell more art online?
How can we sell more art? Everything I'm talking about right now. Who's your cabinet? You know? How's your social media? How's your sales and persuasion skills? How are you using internet marketing? All these apply to everything. Patrick Rivera said, bread is my weakness.
Gotta reset.
I don't need a ton of bread. Every once in a while. Josh said, use Instagram to sell art. All kinds of craziness at this house all the time. You can probably just lock now. We don't need it. Alright, we finishing up. You want to reset? Let's reset Facebook.
Yep. Resetting.